Well, hello, you guys. What is up? It's your girl Rue again from Spirit Reads on Instagram. So, if you don't know me, I am an intuitive, empathic tarot reader as well as oracle card reader. I also channel messages from my guides as well. So, in this video, I am going to be looking at the energy for October 2019 for all my Aries out there. So that's if you have your Aries and sign and your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. And this can also be if you know somebody that's an Aries too. So what I'm going to do is first, Aries, I am going to pull a general reading, and then I'm going to pull some cards for health, like mental health or physical health, as well as relationship advice. It could be romantic or it could be platonic. So let's get started and see what we got. I'm going to be quiet for a second and see what type of energies I'm getting for the Aries for 2019. Oof. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. All right. So we got a few that fell on the ground here. So I'm going to do them like they came. We got the 8 of Cups, Judgment, 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, okay. Queen of Swords, and then we got the 6 of Cups. Now the first thing that comes to my mind, 8 of Pentacles for the theme. First thing that comes to my mind is I feel a group of you all are going through some sort of transitionary period where it has to do with you maybe finding a different set of people to hang out with or a different set of friends. Maybe not, and even family members as well. You just are really, I feel, reconsidering in your mind who you surround yourself with. And I feel like some of you all have been having, maybe some arguments with these people that you're surrounding yourself with, or you thought that may have been your friends or close family members or somebody that you trusted. And maybe you all have been arguing a little bit more and you're starting to be like, they're my friend, but maybe they don't have my best interests at heart. Or they're my family, they're my blood, but maybe they don't have my best interests at heart. Maybe they are, being negative to me and trying to, pretend like they're being positive or throw shade and things of that nature. I feel a lot of you all are feeling that way, and you're finally, getting to the point where you're going to call out that BS. So I feel like if you're feeling this way towards people in your family or your friends, I would suggest talking to them straight up, like this Queen of Swords is suggesting. Talk to them straight up and say, hey, what's going on? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And honestly, you guys, if it doesn't go the way that you think it may, or, it doesn't go too great, I would suggest maybe having to cut some people off at this time. Because like what I see with the theme card, which is the 8 of Pentacles, is that this is a time for you to be working on yourself, and you don't have any time for any weak links in your chain, or you don't have any time for people who are putting you down, making you feel uneasy. Just if their vibe is off, you shouldn't be around them, because they're throwing you off from the work that you need to do in yourself. So the summary that I got from the general reading, Aries, is you may be having some conflicting feelings about people who you thought were your friends or your family and things of that nature, people you're close to. And you may need to call them out a little bit. You may have to call them out a little bit, and you may just have to move on. You may have to move on, because this is a time in October for you to focus on yourself and focus on the things that you need to do to better yourself. So that's the summary for the general reading. Let's see what we can get for health. So let's see what we got. Health for Aries out there. Okay. So we got balance. Ooh, interesting. And angels and masters. Now balance came, you all, reversed. So what I'll say about this card here is it's time in Libra season to balance what you need in your life. I'm saying your wants and your needs. I would make sure that you have those kind of balance. Don't make it where your wants outweigh the things that you need in your life, or vice versa. Don't put your needs are great, and essential, but sometimes you need to balance that out with wants. So just make sure that you are living a balanced lifestyle, as well as just like balancing, like maybe sleep patterns, balancing, people coming in and out of your life, balance the people in your life, just you need to work on having a balance wherever is needed in October, Aries. So just make sure your life is becoming balanced. And with it being reversed, that's kind of saying that you may be having a little bit of trouble trying to balance it. You may want to really badly. You may be, having some, trials and tribulations with doing that. But just make sure that you stick with it, Aries, and you'll get there. But it just might take a little extra oomph. And that's okay, because you're going to learn more from that situation once you do it. So overall, for health, I would say make sure to find balance in your life. Make sure you're not doing so much on this side and leaving yourself scarce on this side, if you know what I mean. So let's see what we have for relationship advice for you guys. All right, so relationship advice we have drum, dream and journey, and the theme card move beyond ancestral patterns. One thing, the first thing that really comes to mind when it comes to this relationship portion is that I feel like some of you all out there may be having a situation where you're trying to make your own way when it comes to your romantic relationships. You're trying to not, maybe follow the pattern of your parents or follow the pattern of what the norm is for, relationships in your family. You're trying to make your own way. You're trying to get your own journey going. But some people in your family may not really, be too fond of that, or maybe your friends, but mostly family members may not be too fond of you kind of going off the path of dating or relationships. But you got to understand that you need to have your own journey in your relationship life. Just because one pattern worked for a certain group of people doesn't mean it's yours. It may be that you don't want to get married. It may be that you want to marry this person you just met. It may be that you want to have a polygamous marriage, or situation going. You may want to be with a woman. You may want to be with a man. Just do what you feel is right when it comes to your relationships. Just because your parents did it a certain way, or just because your grandma did it a certain way, don't mean that you got to do that. As well as I'm seeing that some of us may be breaking some of you may be breaking some ancestral curses or ancestral patterns that happened when it came to romantic relationships in October, Aries. So, and more of the story is make your own path when it comes to your romantic relationships. Don't really go by how other people did it, because those other people are not you. So overall summary for October 2019, in the general, I saw that you may be having a little bit of confliction between cutting people off basically and keeping them in your life. I feel like for you guys, you really need to make a decision about who's going to be in your life in October and who is not, who is going to be there for you and who really isn't. Also, who is pretending like they're being there for you, but they really ain't. And another message I'm getting from, Spirit right now is to tell you, just because somebody's been in your life for 10, 15, 20 years, don't mean that they still need to be in your life for the rest of them. Please let that sink in, okay? Just because a person has been in your life, it can even be your family. Just because a person has been in your life for multiple years does not mean that they have to be in your life for the remainder of your years. And that is divinely said. That is a channel message, Aries, for some of you guys out there. So make sure also that from when it comes to the health standpoint is to find balance in your life. You may have a little bit of a hard time juggling all these things, getting rid of people in your life, maybe starting new habits up, maybe trying to figure out the things that you want, maybe all work, no play, things of that nature. Make sure that you are balancing, play and work. Make sure you're balancing, getting people out, but maybe even meeting new people. So just make sure that you have a balance going in October 2019. Whatever resonates with you, that's what you need to do. Get your life balance, period, point blank. Okay. So in relationships, a few of us are going to be, or a few of you all are going to be breaking ancestral patterns. Also, some of you guys are going to be making your own way when it comes to romantic relationships. Don't always go by what other people are doing just because they did it and it may have worked for them. If your parents are happily married, that is great, but that may not be your path. You may want to be single. You may not want to be with anybody. You may want to get married and have 1,000 kids. Who knows? But just make sure that romantic journey is yours, Aries. So that is all I got for you guys for October 2019. Please comment below on what resonated with you and let me know. I always love to hear that. And also please make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And as always, you guys, I'm sending positive love and light to you guys. I love you guys. And also, if you want to book a personal reading, go to my Instagram, Spirit Reads, SPIRITREADZ. Click that book button and I will get you right, honey. I will get you right.